College Football 27, Madden 27. Man, oh man. Almost made me shed a tear. I did make a wish list about College Football 26. It was like a year ago, all this and that. And that stuff I was wishing for is now in 27. EA. Round of applause. I'm not saying they listen to me, so don't go around saying they listen to me. I've been saying that stuff for like longer than a year, and I have proof. Trust me, I will put in this video. But there are 3 editions to this game. You have the standard edition for $70, the deluxe edition for $100, and the MVP bundle for $150. Now, if you got a PS5 like myself, there's a 10% discount. The deluxe edition is going for $90 currently, so you're not paying the $100. You're paying the $90, and you have that until June the 16th at 12 p.m. Okay, so before June 16th, pay your thing. And for the MVP bundle, instead of paying $150, you're paying $135, which is going to go until July the 6th, until 2 o'clock p.m. Okay, so make sure you pay for that. 100%, please, pay for it. Now, there are some things that I've noticed in the game. Well, a lot of us have noticed if you watch the live stream and everything like that. Something being brought in from College Football 25, College Football 26, that is going to be in Madden 27. There's some things I was put in Madden 26 that's going to be brought over to College Football 27. The one thing I say about EA is if they're going to do one thing in one game, 9 times out of 10, they're going to do it in the other game. And if it ain't soon, it's going to be, if it ain't right then and there, it's going to be soon. And if it ain't that soon, then it's going to be in the next game. That's one thing I will say about EA. And the one thing EA did that shut me up, I said EA as a company has not been known for good customization. They shut me up this year. They did. I said, oh, EA, we actually getting customization. And let me talk about it. Because in Madden 26, we had the compression sleeve and the compression shirt combo. This year in College Football 27, we got that compression shirt and compression sleeve combo. And that is something a lot of the college football players have nowadays, is they wear a compression shirt with the compression sleeve. Mainly a lot of defensive players. Everybody knows defensive players. That's like the basic defensive player look, is to have the compression shirt and the compression arm sleeves with the look. And another thing that they are bringing into College Football 27, which a lot of people have been asking for, is the one leg sleeve compression pants. A lot of people have been asking for that, and I'm so glad, college football, you have listened to putting that into the game. Because there are so many players who rock that look in college football. Now, obviously, the noticeable players we've seen in the trailer was Arch Manning and Jeremiah Smith having that on their player and everything like that. And I really love that EA has now put that addition into the game of having the compression shirt with the arm sleeve and also having the one leg sleeve into the game. Now, another thing that EA put into the game, which I think was a really, really cool addition, was that they now have the hanging mouthpiece into the game. So 9 times out of 10, if they have that hanging mouthpiece in College Football 27, they're going to have it in Madden 27. So that I'm going to think that's going to happen. And something I also noticed that was in Madden 26 that is now being brought over to College Football 27, which I don't think EA talked about it, is now with the quarterbacks. Well, you can do it with any player, but with quarterbacks, they have, how the coach wristband, and in Madden 26 they put the addition of the open coach wristband. Now that's going to be in College Football 27. So and I've seen it. I think Minnesota's quarterback has it, where he has the open coach wristband and all that stuff. And that's a very good addition, because a lot of quarterbacks throughout the game, they'll look at the coach wristband, open it up, and then they just forget to close it. So that thing is just flapping around the entire time. And also with the hanging mouthpiece in College Football 27, the one thing that I like as well is that the mouthpiece isn't stationary. When that player's moving, that thing flapping around. It's flapping around as the player's moving. And I really, really love that addition that college football put into the game. So college football, you did your thing. Now, the one thing that's going to be brought into College Football 27 and Madden 27 is the addition of dynamic weather. Now, everybody knows dynamic weather is a huge thing whenever you go into football stadiums and everything like that. Now, there's some NFL teams who don't play. Now, obviously, there's some college football teams too that don't play in an open stadium field. They play in a closed dome and all that. I think Syracuse plays in a dome. I can't remember who else plays in a dome, but I know in the NFL you got the New Orleans Saints play in a dome. The Dallas Cowboys plays in a dome. I think Minnesota Vikings. I think don't the Cardinals play in a dome as well? I think so. I can't remember too much, but I know there's a lot of NFL teams who don't really play in an open field. They play in a dome type of thing. And obviously there's some college football teams that most of them play in an open field, but there's some of them who actually play in a dome. But the one thing I will say about this game with the dynamic weather is I love that they put that addition in, because there are times where the first quarter it's like sunshine and rainbows, and the second quarter is like raining cats and dogs. It is like pouring. And it's like as the game goes on, it progressively gets worse and everything like that. So I love that addition EA put into the game, because then it feels real. It feels more real and more authentic into the game. And obviously, if in college football 26, they had even in 25 where they had the natural mental ability where if say like it was raining so hard that your players change of direction will not be as good and all this and that. Like that's something I really do like in the game. And obviously something that was in college football 26 that is even in 25 but is now being brought into Madden 27 is tiers on your physical abilities. I really, really like that addition to the game where you can have ability tiers into the game. And say like say like takeoff, for example, if an NFL player has the takeoff ability, instead of him just saying, okay, he has takeoff, no, you can have, say like some players have a bronze takeoff, some players will have platinum takeoff, some players will have gold takeoff. Like I love that they put that into the game, because then we know what players are really excelling at what type of physical trait versus other players where they might have the same thing but they're not as good. So say like if a player has that fits the same traits as another player, they're not equally the same. Some of them, it's like, I'm better at edge rushing than you are. Like, we're both good edge rushers, but I'm a better edge rusher at this ability than you are at this ability. You see what I'm saying? Like, I love that Madden, they're now putting that into the game and everything like that. And the one thing that was also in college football 25 and college football 26 that's now being brought over into Madden 27, Stadium Pulse. I love it. Now, credit, I don't know if they're going to have toughness ranking, but the one thing I saw was they have crowd decibel, where, say like an Arrowhead, it was like, 134 decibel level. And then obviously I think they showed San Francisco where it's like 109, 110 decibel level. I love that they put that into the game. Now, if they have field ranking, like all that stuff, because I don't think I saw it when they did Kansas City, but we all know the loudest stadiums in NFL, obviously Kansas City is up there, and obviously the Seattle Seahawks is up there. You can put Green Bay Packers if you want to put them in, but everybody knows that there's going to be Stadium Pulse in Madden 27. And it's going to be crazy to see what type of, and I don't know if they're going to, if they had the momentum bar like they did back in the old Maddens and they brought in Madden 20, ooh, that would be some scary. But hey, I love that addition that they put into Madden 27. That's a really good addition. Now, the one thing about college football 27, I know I'm flip-flopping a lot, and guess what? I'm going to do that a lot. That's one thing I do. But in college football 27, I love the fact, and I don't know if anybody else was dealing with this whenever I played Dynasty, that you never get the true special crowd themes. Like in college football 25, there's a lot of people complaining that they would get, say like I use Penn State. I've been saying, now credit, I've been using Penn State since college football 25. Matter of fact, I've been using them since my road to glory in NCAA 14. And I'm a Florida State fan, but look, I just like using Penn State because they crowd get rocking. But in college football 25, a lot of people were complaining because say like they'll be, oh, I get the Penn State wideout too much. And then in college football 26, they'll complain because they never get the Penn State wideout at all. So now in college football 27, you can pick the crowd that you want to have for a certain type of game. So if I want to have a wideout versus 0-10 Michigan, then guess what? Which, no diss to Michigan fans. I'm sorry, y'all were just the first one that come to my head. But you can have a wideout game versus an 0-10 Michigan if you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Now, credit, that'll be stupid, but you could do it. or you could have a stripe out game, helmet stripe game, and I love that. Even with the Oregon stripe out game, the Oregon green out, or the Oregon yellow out, you can have the Michigan maize out game, you can have the Ohio State red scarlet out game, or the blackout game, or you can have the Tennessee blackout game, Tennessee checkerboard game, Tennessee stripe out game. Shoot, you can have the Tennessee all orange game, Tennessee white out if you want to have that. Shoot, you can even have the Clemson orange out game. Like, you can have any type of theme if you want to in the game, which is something I very, very, very much wanted, and I very much was asking for. And I'm telling you, I did have that in my wish list for College Football 26. Before College Football 26 came out, I've been had that in my wish list. If you think I'm lying, check them videos out. I promise you, I'm telling you the truth. But the one thing that I also like that they put into the game is the ability to create and edit stadiums. EA, you cooked with that. You cooked, EA, because I love the ability to be able to edit stadiums. I love that because I know it's kind of in Madden where you can upgrade your stadium and all that stuff, but you can't really rebuild the stadium. You can relocate your stadium and you could upgrade the stadium, but you really couldn't build it. You know what I'm saying? And that's something you can do now in College Football 27. Is say like if I have Beaver Stadium and it seats around like what 107,000, 110,000, I can't remember, but I think it's 107,000 people. I could renovate that stadium to now instead of it seating 107,000, I could upgrade it to seating 112,000 if I feel like it, if I have that ability to, if I get that good in the game. Or if you want to take down and put more suites, instead of it being 107,000, it could downsize it down to 104,000, something like that, if you really want to in the game. But that is something I'm really loving that EA did. I really love that EA did that in the game. I really love that. That's a really great addition, EA. You guys cooked and everything like that. But yeah, that is my stuff on College Football 27 and Madden 27. So let me know in the comments, what did I miss? Well, obviously I'm going to drop more videos, but let me know, what do y'all like? What do y'all dislike? What is some things y'all wish was in the game? I mean, in my opinion, they put everything that I was looking for. They did. They put everything I was looking for, so I ain't got nothing I really want added. Like, they cooked. I'm sorry. EA, you cooked. But yeah, that's going to consist this video. So make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll have more videos out there for you.